Welcome back to Farming Across Africa. One farm, one story. Have you subscribed yet? If not, please do hit the subscribe button. Today we are in Fiapley, Sunyane West, in the Blon region of Ghana. We have visited one of our father, our everything. He's a retired headmaster that double up as farmer. He is into cashew, cocoa, garden egg, cow, and others. Coconut farm. We wanted to know what kind of coconut do he plant here? What is the duration, varieties? What are some of his challenges? Who are the buyers? This and many more will come out from our conversation. Daddy, please, good evening.
Evening.
Please, what is your name?
I'm called Nnum Stephen.
Mr. Nnum Stephen. Father, what is the inspiration from technical to farming? What inspires you?
Okay. My father was a farmer. My grandfathers were farmers.
Okay. Your great grandfather?
Fathers are farmers. My
Okay.
mother and my father. So I was born and bred in a village.
Okay.
A farming community.
Okay.
So initially I have that zeal, I
Okay.
have that interest in farming. A little specialist in agric.
Okay.
I'm a specialist in agric.
Okay.
I went to Mampong teacher training where I did agric specialist course.
Okay.
And later I went to university. I went for maths.
Okay.
So I became a maths master.
Okay.
But in my blood, I have that farming instinct in my blood.
Farming is a family legacy.
Legacy, that's it.
How many years have you been to this farming life?
Oh, about 20 going.
Okay.
I was always under my father.
Okay.
I've been helping him in vacation. I'll go and then I'll be helping him.
Okay.
But when I became independent of my own,
okay,
is when I started working.
Okay.
1980.
1980.
Yeah.
So you started farming 1980.
And I was doing this crop farming, but cash crop I started almost 50 years ago.
15 years ago.
That I entered to cash crop.
Okay.
That's the livestock and then, but I put much effort after retirement. 2016, okay. I went on retire completely.
Okay, so you went on retire in 2016. So 10 years down the lane. We are talking about coconut. How many acres do you? 2 acres.
2 acres.
What are the first things someone needs before starting coconut?
In fact, you need the seedlings.
Seedlings, okay.
Perhaps you cannot nurse it yourself.
Okay.
You have to get this because you may not. When you start, you may not get the right environment. Okay. Not all people know the technicality of nursing it.
Okay.
It will take a long time to.
Okay.
So normally, in my case like this, you have to go to the market.
Okay.
Now, you know, when I was planting it, you go to the market, you cannot get the correct variety. Okay. Anything goes. Okay. You go and buy. Okay. But recently we have got source varieties. Some will even mature start fruiting about 3 years.
Okay.
But others, the old type, they take about 6 years. So now some of the agri institutions are producing the seedlings. Okay. So you can get the right one. You go, they will direct you what to do.
How many varieties of coconut do we have?
Okay. As of now, what I know in my own experience, we have 2 types. Okay. The traditional one. The traditional. Long, the new one, the new variety, which will start fruiting about 3 years. It's there.
What is the name?
But I don't know.
We have the dwarf and the hybrid.
The dwarf crab is the hybrid.
Yeah.
So you have the dwarf, you have the
hybrid, and then we have
the colors too can also determine. Yes. You have the blue and the brown one.
Yeah. And the yellow.
The yellow one.
So green, yellow, and then
somehow brown.
Yeah.
They are all good varieties. Only the time duration, and also it depends upon the type of soil you get. Okay. Depending. Because when I went to my hometown where I'm doing the life, I started that in there. Okay. Even with these draft ones, you plant and you will never fruit. It will even take more than 10 years.
Yes.
So it doesn't, it depends upon the land.
Okay.
The variety of the land you will get. Okay, the type of land.
After identify the varieties, where can the farmer get the variety to buy?
The variety, You may go to the agric office. They will direct you.
What type of soil is best for coconut planting?
Oh, sandy soil.
Sandy soil.
Not watery.
Okay.
You know, just along the stream like this. One is sandy, and then it doesn't like rocky area. You cannot grow it.
Why?
Rocky, because the roots.
Okay.
No, they don't have type roots.
Okay.
And they are this spongy leaves roots.
Okay.
So they will be doing well.
Okay.
Not too rocky, but gravel, loamy soil.
Loamy soil.
So I say loamy.
Apart from this sandy soil that you said, if someone also has a land that doesn't contain sandy characteristics,
you can also get when you go to Doma and other places. When you get maybe a very rich black soil there, it's also.
But someone will also get a land that don't have these two characteristics. The person has this irrigation, the person has everything that can get the water each and every day. Can that person also go into that?
Perhaps, but that will also be very costly. This irrigation, how many of them do we have in this country? Okay. But even irrigation lines, my experience, the little knowledge I have, even with these boreholes, not all the soil water is good for plant cultivation. Okay. Because of the nature. But they will need, when irrigation is going to be very perfect, then they will need running water. That streams or you know that these boreholes, they are salty.
They contain salty.
So acid and other things are inside. So sometimes
it's not good.
Not good. You grow, and I have experienced that when I went to do the commercial farming at my hometown. I planted about 100 of them, make a borehole there. I was watching them, but up to now,
it did not survive.
Along the stream, even clay soil is also good.
It can,
because it can hold water.
Yes.
But stagnant. It cannot survive. You all die. No matter how the age is.
What is the best season for planting coconut?
Coconut, if you so wish, early rains. So
early rain season start from which month?
Now you know the climate change.
Yes.
But actually, when the rain was normal, March, you start planting March. You cannot resist Hamatan, hard weather, dry weather.
So we need to plant starting from March.
From March up to June, you should stop. There going. You see that when you plant, the dry season will hit it.
How do we prepare land for the coconut plant?
Clear your land, burn it. So by March, the land will be ready. And then if you are going by the agric method, you peg it. You peg, you dig. After pegging, the distance may be a distance of 20 meters.
Interval, 20 by 20.
Because the catch you contain at most 40 plants.
At most 40. If I don't do the line spacing, what is the consequences?
You know it, overcrowding.
Overcrowding, one.
You know it. Nutrition and other things. Later on, when you form canopy, overcrowd them, the canopy will be easy. You can control weeds.
Yes.
But the end result is that the fruiting will not be nice for you. It won't take long, then the fruit becomes very small. But when there is spacing, large area for it to get its nutrition, and the fruits that will come out of it, you will like it very big. Small, nobody will buy. The pegging, but that is the best way of doing it. But local farmers,
they don't
care. And you plant as they are. And that too, the management is also good. If you don't peg them and space them, when even you are weeding, you can cut some of them.
Farmers are also complaining about this one, that if you peg them, you plant them in line. When one dies, look at the age they have reached. They are coming back to replace it.
No matter what. If you plant it very close and when they are dying, they will die in waterfalls.
If you plant them very close and when some dies, their perception is...
That's their perception.
Yeah.
But actual
scientific
method is to peg them. If you are doing it for maybe your own, not on commercial basis, then there is no need. You can do it how you like. Look at this ones. Some will die and this. But the end result is that the benefit to them is that when you overcrowd them,
you get many.
You get many, and that aside, it will also form canopy earlier. You'll be weeding so much.
Yeah. Okay.
But when the branches will spread and they have every place, and therefore the fruiting will be heavier than when like cocoa farm like this. They are crowded. You will not get as much as they will not fruit as much as you want. But when there's space, there is air, movement of air. You know that things will be different.
When we are planting, should we add any chemicals to the ground?
So wish.
Why?
I was taught that in school. If you dig, then you add NPK. You just get a handful of them. When you dig, the level, you measure the level. If you don't have money to buy chemical, if you are compost, you can add compost into the soil. Then you cover and then you add it. Fertilizer like this. It prevents black ants from eating the food. And then these termites, they can easily spoil the seedlings. It will die early. So when you add that, the generation will be quicker than planting early. Whereas when you add a compost like this, even within the Harmattan season, you add some little water, it can sustain growth. But when there is a dry season and there is no water, definitely it will die.
What chemical do we use aside the NPK fertilizer? Do you have any chemicals?
You can use these are the insecticides.
Prevent the insect attack.
These are the ground intense. And sometimes like this, you use the like gunpowder. You just spray around so that the termites will not eat enter there. You can do that. But it will be very important when you are planting, you dig it inside a chemical. Insecticides, you mix it and you dip it inside. You will prevent that. And when you are also planting, you may, let's say some areas that have glass cutters and all that.
Grass cutter.
They can eat it. So you get some wire, some net, and then you surround it with it. That's why I'm telling you, you get a net. These are this wire net. And then you surround it with it. Some people can even fence over it if you have it, so that they will not cut the.
But the grass cutter also can dig and.
That's why I say when you get left. But what means you may not get 100%, but just a relative measure. More especially during the Harmattan season, they worry the plant so much. But always try to keep it neat.
And then weed around.
And the sketch. You can also set your traps to prevent the grass cutters. Not only the grass cutters, grasshoppers. Attack.
So how long does it take for a coconut to start fruiting?
They have drought ones. They have this. Like you mentioned, depending upon the soil,
the varieties
and the variety. I've bought. Planted these varieties you are talking, the dwarf one, and almost when I went, I planted before going home. It's almost 15 years and they haven't fruited yet.
Really?
Yes.
15 years?
Yes. It doesn't matter. And they say it's a very dwarf one, 3 years it will fruit. But you know, not all lands you will plant and you will get results, good results.
What mistake should a beginner avoid?
A mistake you should get
during planting.
Not all the lands are good, like I tell you. All areas that you go and survey and get an area where you can observe that they have planted some of this and they have survived. Look for that area. Not all areas, they say coconut, now you go and get a land. No, it must be along some river, not anywhere you can plant coconut. They have its own of land you can plant. You can't just go and then you go to the north and plant coconut. It cannot work that way.
So how often do you water the young one, the coconut?
Let's say, that's why I say plant it in rainy season. And for that rainy season, when there is water in the rainy season, no problem. You may not even 2 weeks you may not even water because depending upon the rain pattern. When the rain pattern is good, you may not even water. But you know, if you nurse it yourself, If you nurse it yourself, it may not grow. When you go to the market now that they are already grown.
Yeah.
But when you are going by your own, you are going to do the nursing. It doesn't matter how old it is, how grown it is.
Okay.
You can grow it very old, and that's where it will need water to start the roots.
Okay.
When they are established, for water, you may water occasionally.
Okay.
It's not bad. But during Harmattan, you may get some leaves around it, like mulching.
Okay.
And you'll be watering.
What fertilizer best work for coconut farming?
Oh, it's like any other. This ammonia will work. Application of fertilizer, you don't have to put it. It's a round
circle.
So you are going around. You'll be using it, extending the circle.
Okay.
You don't put it one way. Now the roots are not just by the stem.
Yes.
But if you like this time, any year you should get a circle.
Okay.
So you'll be putting it there.
Okay. Where and when should we apply our first fertilizer after planting the coconuts?
Like my own little experience.
Okay.
When I'm planting, I will dig the hole, but let it be bigger.
Okay. So
that if you not even add compost and other things, you add some, let's say, fertilizer and pick it.
Okay.
Add it and use the topsoil to cover the fertilizer.
Okay.
Don't put it direct to the coconut, direct to it. Okay. Use a little and cover the fertilizer. Add it and then you cover, you put the plant, and then you start watering.
Okay.
If the soil is good, it will grow. Apply the fertilizer. Don't dissolve it.
Solid one.
And then put it on so that when you water, it go direct.
Okay. How do we control weeds on the farm?
We don't weed.
Okay. We do what?
Weedicides.
Okay.
Only you must be very careful. It doesn't want weedicides at all.
Okay.
When you fall in the leaf, it will kill it just now.
Okay.
So you must be very careful if you are using weedicide. Okay. But my advice is that if you want to use weedicide, first weed under the plant.
Okay.
And then first weed on the side that you know where to use the sprayer to apply the weedicide. The immediate plant side, weed it with your calculus.
Okay.
Control the weeds.
In between the spacing, that is where you can spray.
The problem is if you are not careful and then the weedicide falls on the leaves of your coconut, it will die. Some of the weedicides are so powerful that if it gets to the weed, especially the fresh one that is coming out, it will kill it easily.
Okay.
So be careful you don't weed.
What are the major pests and disease affecting coconut?
For coconut, they have so many diseases.
What are some of them?
This millipests and others. Okay. And then we have sometimes when there's a lot of water, when you plant it, you become very, the color will change, red, and it will start rotting.
Hey.
Yes. When there is sand water, it will rot. So always drain that area. Okay. When that way is some swampy, make ranges and plant it so that water will not be there will not be stagnant water. Okay. After that, it doesn't want water.
Okay. So how do you control that pest and disease?
Oh, by chemical.
Okay. What are some of the chemicals?
Like the one that are the mini pest that will enter into the stem. Okay. You can use DDT or any insecticides you so wish. Okay. And then with maybe the land, like I said, that chemical. When you go to agro store,
how many coconuts can one tree produce in a year? So maximum.
As for coconut, when you have a good land, depending upon where the land is, even the young ones, you can get over 100. When the land is good, you continue, it doesn't end. Always there will be fruits in it. If you have a good land, the initial stages, you get about bench, you can have, some will be fruiting so heavily that they will even span from the tree. So, yes. Oh, like this ones I did. When you count 50 on a bunch, This one matches.
Yes, yes.
When they were young, we may get about more than
like this one too is up to even 200. Just as the goal.
Go no, you can get 1 month. So if you have 4 of them,
Okay.
and they'll continue. So
Okay.
as for that, there.
Okay.
Depending upon this land is good for coconuts.
Okay.
So you can get. The problem is that when they are growing, they want to get their own space.
Okay.
As for coconut, you see that everybody is struggling for air. And look at this one. You know, it's on that. So you see that this one is covering. It want to get the sun.
Yes.
So they are competing for the sun.
Yeah.
That's why they say you must space it.
Yeah.
So that they will not struggle for the sun. Okay. Other than that, when there's kind of those ones that they will not.
Yeah. This one is typical example. What is the best season for harvesting?
I said for harvesting, I was saying that because we're gonna have organized marketing. Okay. In my case, that is this northness. Yeah. Maybe at the coastal where there's a large scale of this coconuts. Yes. They may have organized market. Okay. That they will decide that this time and this time they will come and harvest. Okay. But as at now, I don't think so because it is individuals who are buying. So anytime they can come and buy. Okay. Because when you go to South America, Brazil, Indonesia people, they used to export coconut as their cash crop like cocoa. They are in large quantity. That's it. So if it happens that so, then they will get like cocoa season. There is a season to it. You may have a major. For the major season, but always there will be fruits there. Okay. But for the major, this time, April, May, June, they will be harvesting. That's a massive harvesting. Okay. But for small ones. Okay. Yeah. So what tools do you use to harvest your coconut? Do you clamp it they clamp always? Disincentive in this area. Okay. When years comes, it will be growing higher, and therefore you cannot climb yourself. They will come and train themselves, and they can climb up to even. Hey. Yes, they will climb at the top. So that they will come. And they come, and then when they come, that whatever price they want, if you say you will not allow them to buy, they will have means of. Oh yes, they have a fixed price and everything. They used to export it. How do you determine that this my coconut is 1 cedi or 2 cedi? How do you determine? Oh, you don't, farmer, you don't have a price. You know, you negotiate. Okay. Sometimes when my wife is around, they come to harvest. But when I come, I say, oh, no, if you not give me, I will not. But meanwhile, they have clam and then harvest it. Okay. So you cannot do otherwise. Okay. And when you say you are not allowed them buy on their own well, then they will not come. And you cannot clam. What do you do? Which part of coconut give you price? The fresh one? Coconut oil, coconut water, and the coconut husk. The husk for the husk, this area, you don't have any use for it. Okay. But the fresh one is what they come to buy. Okay. As for the fresh one. So can someone become financially successful solely? Yes, there's a man at Fairplay now. One abroad came and went to the Doma area. Establish a very large farm. Really? Now you know what? Make this coastal. And the coastal is not for fish. Okay. For coconut. Hey. Yes, just fair play. I him fear here. Okay. So in the afternoon like this, you have workers. Okay. They'll be peeling and they are the one you come. They'll crack. You get a chill one. Like this one, if you can clamp, you sell once in the world. There's plenty of money. Hey. Okay. How for the money? You know, when you go to Nzema like this, the land is good for coconut. Yes. But there, you will not get people to eat the fresh ones. Yeah. They only come from the south to go and buy all the distance. Okay. But the transportation, when you bring it here, it will say. So some people have made a plantation out of it. Okay. As for that, no matter. There's money inside it. Okay. Have you at the point regret being a coconut farmer? Oh, sometimes. Why? Very so. Okay. Simply because you don't have control over the harvesting. Okay. Now, these small ones, when they can look at it, Nobody will just like it. They will not buy, and then it will be there like this. When you do it commercially and you are able to get the labor, you get those who will be harvesting
a lot of revenue
to people.
Yes.
For that day.
Okay. What is your happiest moment?
The time they will come and do the harvest. Sometimes unexpectedly they will come. Last week like this, since 10 years I left for my village. My wife and they have been doing the harvest for her. They came not knowing that my wife maybe he didn't know. They came that day. When I come and say, oh, that they having, why don't they harvest at once? Just small 3 things. I have 500 Ghana cedis. It's a lucrative job. Only when you have the land and you are doing it on large scale, it can help.
That is your sad moment.
You come and the whole thing is there, they are fruiting and you not get a buyer. The marketing is a problem.
Okay.
Marketing is
What are your biggest challenge?
Land is a problem. You will not get land to go to a commercial farming.
Okay.
And for garden like this, you cannot use it at
on
commercial. But when you want to go to commercial and you have a suitable land, like those one I said that the burger went to Dubai area land.
Yeah, it's suitable
for yes, very good for coconuts.
Okay.
Even fair play along the rivers and you have a large land, you are going in for it. Initially, with these new varieties, that dwarf ones and the hybrid dwarf ones and all that, it is a good job that when you enter inside, you can get something.
Have you experienced heavy loss before?
Heavy loss heavy loss is when you don't get a market.
Okay.
And besides, even the dry ones, if you are able to nurse them, even the seedlings, there's plenty of money inside them, even the dry like this one. If you get somebody to have and then you put it in a swampy area, water it always and the fruit. Now one of the seedlings is more than 500.
Okay.
Yes, and if you get 1,000 of them, don't you think you'll get money?
Yes, you get a lot of money.
So it all depends, because when you are doing with on commercial basis, where you invest heavily, then your income may but on this work scale there, you may get your chop money.
Okay.
You may not get the full and the benefit. But I assure you, you have that chance of going in for commercial farming. It's
worth doing. Okay. What is your best advice for the young people?
That's what I'm saying. That the problem lies first, how to acquire the land.
Okay.
You not get the land.
Okay.
The best land. Not all lands are good for
coconut farming.
No.
Okay.
Not all the land.
Okay.
But if you get the land and you start, by 4 or 5 years, you'll be somebody.
Okay.
Like that man I'm talking, he went to abroad for a number of years. He didn't do well there.
Yeah.
He came and now he's one of the rich people here.
Okay, that is nice.
It's one of the rich people I can.
You can boast of.
Yeah.
What mindset is needed for
agriculture is a tedious work, capital intensive. Unlike first, labor is a very, very difficult problem you have.
Nowadays.
Just now. Now, nobody will want to work. Over there, as old I am now 72, but I have to force to do the weeding myself. Some of these things, even the spraying, you will not get people to help you. But first when our fathers were in farming, my father have about 20 children. The labor was free.
There wasn't
but now, even when there was schooling, you have to help your father after school or even vacations and all that things. Yeah, their wives and my father have 3 wives and all have children. You all help. But now, even to get in my village like this, where I'm saying I'm doing some little farming there, you not even get the labor. But now the price they will collect, when you consume it, you know that at the end you will not get anything. So people will not, unless otherwise there is a guaranteed prices for all these things. If government decides to help, maybe like the time of young farmers groups that the government will make plantations and send people there. Now people too, they are not honest like before. when you go there, they need their back.
Well, what you said, come and center on labor shortage. What caused that labor shortage?
That's what I'm telling you. It's not lucrative to labor with the food and the 1,002. Check the number of, maybe you don't have capital yourself. And you know, cash crop doesn't take 1 year.
Yeah.
Unlike,
It's a long-term investment.
So the investment you put in before it comes to harvest, you can imagine.
Yeah.
So capital is also a problem.
So
when you have the capital, labor you get, only it may be at a high cost.
Yeah.
But if you need to do it, you do that. Fortunately, like I'm saying, even with the chemicals, we decide. With device like this, you cannot do the spraying yourself.
Okay.
Water and all that things, you have to get labor. Some people not like to go to farming. Yeah. When they have other alternatives.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Like you who is proud of being a farmer.
Yeah.
No, not all people, young people like to do a farming.
Yeah. In your own experience, what do you suggest that we should do so that it will serve as catalyst or incentive to attract the young people? Because the young people, they are not working. The agric work is not enticing.
No, let me tell you. You know all these burdens. This is my own.
Okay.
All this, this is my own.
Oh, okay.
Nobody. How can the teacher be doing this? It's one of the incentives. Why I go to my hometown. I'm replicating this at my hometown. Okay. And nobody got to know that I have ever been a teacher. Yeah. But I'm a teacher. Okay. It's the resilience. What I have been telling my colleagues and all other people, they should learn something from me. When I was at active service, I would go and collect loans. Okay. But because of this small, if I have this farming, it added up to my financial wealth. Okay. Because when I was a teacher, I was collecting maybe 10,000. I would go and borrow from the bank about 8,000. Those was my pay. How much? How much is my pay? It's less than 10,000. That's 1,000 cities, now 1,000. So I would go and borrow from the bank about 800. But because I'm doing all these things like those buyers scheme, and then they go, I have 500. Yeah. Is it not helping? It's so helping you. You get it out of nothing. Out of not expecting anything, but I had something. Yeah. This time, farming, you must dedicate yourself to it. Okay. No matter the consequences. Okay. There will be a time you will not even get anything out of it. Okay. But you must persist. Okay. It's resilience that can make you have. Okay. Don't think of what people will talk of you. Okay. Now, in my village like that, every 2 weeks I harvest this about a plantain, about 1 kiam full. Hey. Yes. Okay. I will harvest that. So I won't buy food. Okay. I won't buy this. Okay. But initially, it is not an easy thing. Not all people will have that. Now I have worked enough, so I have the money. Yes. But even to get people to help you, not get. Yeah. And you have invested formally when rains are very helpful. Yeah. You may even weed, and you may not. You may plant, and you may not. After the first weeding, you may not need any weeding. Because the land is good. Okay. You burn and you plant. You may not need so much in labor. Okay. But now it's different thing. Okay. So unless the government, if you want to use that avenue to create jobs, you have to set in. What is your advice for anybody who is abroad, a technocrat, a businessman who wanted to come to this area or this field? What is your advice? My advice is that they must leave their comfort area. By all means, I for agric. Per my study and per my experience, the risks are so many. Okay. Weather can fail you. Yeah. Marketing and so many things. Pests and all weather. So you must be committed. Like I've been telling my friends and brothers that farming or agric is one of the risk areas in life. Okay. You can out of that. It's like farming is like you invest in. You don't know what will become of it. But if you are lucky, and it is one of the best.
It will reward you.
Like I'm saying, this man is now here halfway.
Yes.
Now you see that he is happy.
Yes.
So now people, they want quick money.
Yes.
How many of you will sacrifice to be poor for some years before you become rich?
No.
With this cocoa, the worst thing is now even the way, even the government have just suited farmers with this cocoa saga.
Yeah.
So people were just interested in go to my village I'm talking of. People have now started doing this cashew.
Yeah.
And this year, the cashew did not, the year was so poor, and the buying was also poor. Oh. So they have now confused. Okay. Me last year, like this, I have some little mango tree. I have almost 150 million. Okay. But this year,
just mango.
Just mango.
Okay.
I go into different ideas.
Yeah, so there should be alternative livelihood.
That's it.
So we shouldn't rely on, let's say, cashew.
Per my experience, per my studies and all that, you don't just go in for maybe coconut. No, you don't do that. Yeah. You want to go to where you plant other varieties. You start maybe the land you get. See to it that perhaps you can plant plantain, and that is the nutriment thing. You may even start with crop that like tomatoes, and that will give you quick money. Yeah. Things like 1 year,
medium term. So we have the short, medium, and the long term.
Exactly. Go straight to the
long term.
Definitely, you that you feel. Okay. You go small, because the finance is not there. Okay. So you must try to adjust. Okay. Because that is going to support you. Okay. If you don't have any extra, you don't go in like you go to the bank and collect loan. Okay. You go to do farming. Okay. It can fail you. Yes, it can fail. You know it. Yeah. And when you are a young guy and you didn't use the money to go and enjoy, but you are now in that. Yeah. Do you think you go in? No, nobody will do so that. It's looking at 50. What is your secret, and what should the youth eliminate? I didn't look for wealth. Wealth. You didn't look for wealth. I didn't look for wealth. Hey, that is the order of the day. And that's why I'm saying that is the problem now. Because when you are going to the farming, this time don't be nobody. If you should get additional work outside. Then you be doing it maybe on a part-time basis. You have the passion. You should get the passion for that. Yeah. So when you go in like that, at least you have what to eat. Okay. Even when there is a failure in that sector. Okay. Okay. So me like this, my mango farm alone, I have 15,000. I have this plantain about 10,000 from it. Okay. And all this thing. But this year, none of them is working. Okay. Assuming I don't have any other means, what do I do? Yeah. You go to borrow. Yeah. Who will give you that money? Nobody, because you don't have the capacity. And that's why I said that there must be that commitment by the civil society or other things. Okay. You have a purpose. You know what you are after. The initial you face problems. Okay. But initially, it will be a problem. But when you build up, you become one of you. That time you yourself you will go there. Yeah. Like this man I'm talking of, he doesn't go to farm now. Yeah. But fortunately for him, he had the capital. Yeah. But when he came, the land they say he bought about 100 acres. Yes, it's a big one. Okay. So he started, he have the money. Okay. And it will come quickly. Okay. So your advice to the youth, what should they avoid? Alcohol, womanizing, and those things. What is your advice? That's it. I mean, life setting in any life, not only farming. Yeah. But as for that, it's not because of your farming that I will advise you that way. Okay. Because you must be purposeful. Okay. That you know that this and that. You drink in moderation. Everything, food you eat in moderation. Okay. Try to think of your future. Okay. Make it a commercial. Okay. Don't take it like I was saying. It's like poco a poco. Yeah. You become what you wish to be. Okay. We thank you for watching our channel, Farming Across Africa. They say to whom much is given, much is expected. Daddy
and the entire headmaster have given us the insight in agriculture that indeed he is a dynamic agriculture farmer. If you enjoy watching our video, please like, comment, and share so that we can all together build agriculture across the entire Africa. One farm, one story. Until next time, see you then. Bye for now.